Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of our Satisfactory Update 5 gameplay series. And today, this episode is all about FICSMAS. We're going to be working on the various FICSMAS achievements and trying to get a FICSMAS factory up and running. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Okay, to get started with our FICSMAS factory, we need to be gathering up some resources. So I have a copper node over there, and there is a iron node that is located right there. We're going to bring some feeds up for that because we need to be able to be manufacturing the copper Christmas balls, or like the orange Christmas balls, and then the iron Christmas balls, which are the white ones. So we need to be able to get those resources up here to get started with that. So let's get those built. And I guess before we actually get the iron and the copper brought up here, there's actually one thing that we need to do, and that's some research that we got to do. So first off is we're going to grab some of the blue Christmas balls. Oh, I don't have any room in my inventory. Hold on a second. We got to ditch these miners. And then we're grabbing some blue Christmas balls, some red Christmas balls, and the Christmas branches. And then we're coming up into our MAM here under the FICSMAS Holiday Event Research. This is what we are researching, which is the FICSMAS gift tree. And this actually will be able to have a tree that we can actually have placed that will produce 15 gifts per minute for us. And so we'll be able to have like a production line of these being able to gather up gifts. So let us start the research on this. It only takes a few seconds to be able to crank that out. And of course that affords us the ability now that we can, the rewards for that, we're learning how to make the copper FICSMAS ornaments and the iron FICSMAS ornaments. So now we can go ahead and get those nodes pushing up here and getting the miners set up and smelters and all that. Okay, let's have a quick look at what we've got set up here. So I put a Mark II miner on that normal node there, which is going to produce 120 copper per minute for us. And then over on this side, I have another Mark II miner that's hooked up over there that's going to produce 120 iron ore for us per minute. And then these are feeding in, and then we've got lined up 4 smelters for each side here to be able to take those 30 a piece. I don't actually have these configured yet, so we've got to quickly turn these on to the iron ingots. So they start manufacturing our ingots. Okay, so this side is up and running. Now I got to run over to the other side and turn on the copper. And then they're both just going into these industrial storage containers here. So, and this is the copper ingot side. We turn that on, turn you on. This one here. And those should be not producing anything. Why? Please tell me we're not out of power. We've got no power over here. Well, something doesn't make sense. What is not... Oh, this is hooked up. Yeah, that kind of helps why we had no power over here, is because those weren't actually connected. So at least now it's all connected. So now we have iron ingots, 120 items per minute going in here. And we have copper ingots, 120 items per minute going in here. Now we need to manufacture the Christmas balls, the copper one, the FICSMAS ornaments, and the iron FICSMAS ornaments. So there are going to be a couple of constructors to be able to pull those off. So let us get that going. Okay, I had to make a quick pit stop to grab some copper cabling that I had run out of. And so since we're here at the hub, I'm going to unlock day 15, because that's the day that I'm actively recording this. And we got some FICSMAS tree branches from that. So we've got 10 more days. There's 10 more days until we get Christmas unlocked here, or FICSMAS unlocked. But we're going to keep pounding away on the FICSMAS Factory to see how much of the things we can actually manufacture without actually opening all of this stuff. Okay, making the copper and iron FICSMAS ornaments is a little bit of a process to be able to do that. So basically, you need to use a foundry to make those ornaments. And the iron FICSMAS ornament requires 15 iron ingots per minute and 15 blue ornaments per minute. Then over here on this side, we have the copper, and the copper requires 10 red ornaments per minute and 10 iron ingots to be able to make 5 of the copper. So these are cheaper to make than these are, but of course we need to have Christmas gifts to be able to do that. So we have to smelt Christmas gifts to be able to get the red and the blue ornaments. So if we look at that, I've got this one set to blue, and that's what's required here. Of course, it's 3 of them, or 15 of them per minute, of which I'm pretty sure the smelter only pushes out at like 5 per minute. I've got more than enough copper that I could crank that out. Oh wait, that's all done by Christmas gifts, and I don't have a lot of Christmas gifts at the moment. So this is where we're kind of into a little bit of a catch-22, because we need the copper and iron ornaments to make the Christmas trees. We need the Christmas trees to make the Christmas gifts. And so we have to kind of rely on initially using whatever Christmas gifts we've managed to dig up on our own. So I have picked up a little bit. I've got like 717 of them right now. That's a start anyway, that we can at least get things started to go, as well as I do have some red and blue. Actually, got lots of blue ornaments and not so much on the red, which is okay, because I think the blue actually requires more. So to start things off with here, I'm going to throw a handful of blue ornaments in this, and that's going to get started producing there. I'm going to run over here and throw in a handful of red ornaments into here. That'll get things started going there. So this is going to use them a third slower than this one over here. So at least I have extra of the blue. So as we start burning through them, I'll throw them in. We've got plenty of iron. That I'm not worried about. We could, line up a whole pile of these, but it's the ornaments that we're short on until we have all of the trees in place to be able to handle the amount that we want to do. So the next thing now is basically kind of manually making this stuff with what we've got with Christmas gifts until we have enough stored iron and copper ornaments that we can then manufacture the trees that produce the gifts for us. So that's what we're working towards right now. So I'll be back when I've got a few trees set up. But there's even more of a small hookup with setting up these Christmas trees that set up the gifts, is they require 50 gifts as well, plus 100 of the Christmas branches, and then 20 of the each color balls. Well, I've got the balls now, but I used up all my gifts to be able to make those. So now I've got to go out and do a walkabout to find a bunch more gifts so that we can actually place some of these trees. Okay, I have enough here to be able to put down our first tree. I'm going to put it like right in the dead center of one of these little squares. And you'll notice that they have an output port on them. So I'm going to just throw down a merger here. That's not a merger. Hold on a second. Let's get to the right tab on our little hotbar. There we go. So we got a merger here that will be able to take a line in and then a line out. And we're just going to put that right in the dead center. And of course, these are just like low end 15 items per minute that's going to be coming off of these things. So it's really not going to take that long to be able to build those up. Now, granted, I don't want all of these to go into this unit. So I think what I might do is I might pull this off of here, because I don't want to be smelting all of my gifts. So I think I'm going to put a splitter right here that's going to take the input from this And we're going to feed a line in. This one can be a faster line just to get it in there. This one could be a faster line. Actually, I'm going to go with a Mark III conveyor on this one because eventually I want to have like a whole pile of them. Wait, what? Did I put that down the wrong way? I think I did. Splitter, which is items coming in, and you know what it is? I put the merger down in the wrong spot. Let's switch this around. Merger is item number 6, and it's got to exit out that way. And I need that to line up. And then now we can put our splitter down here. And that is going to be Mark III conveyor in, Mark III conveyor in. I figured this would have to be replaced. Like so. So that should be now firing the gifts along. They're going to whip along this way. And then they'll split. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to throw down a storage container here that half of the gifts are going to end up going into the storage container because I think that's... We need the gifts for other things. So if we end up using them all just to make ornaments, well then we're going to be like up a creek here real quick. And I'm just going to use a Mark III conveyor on this one as well. Bingo bango. There we go. Okay, so this is now going to start storing gifts. Of which I'm going to throw half of the ones that I've got in here. And then as I get more of these, actually I need to hold on to them because I need 50 gifts in total and I can put down another tree. But I'm going to do the exact same thing on this other side here so that we have a line that can feed into our red ornament side as well too, because we got the blue ornaments taken care of. We've got to do the same thing with the red ornaments. Okay, so on the red side, we're going to put down another one of these trees right here. Make sure that it's exiting the right way. And what am I short? I'm short some copper ornaments. Let's grab those out of this container. Copper ornaments. I think that's all we were short. I'm hoping that's all we were short. I'll have to look here and see. Yes, okay, we're good. So then this here, I want to make sure it lines up and that we're also centered. And conveyor system from here to here. So now we've got Christmas gifts are going to be flying out of this tree. That's not centered. That's not the way we want it. Bye, tree. Let's try you again. Christmas gift. There we go. We've got it facing the right way now. We'll click that down, and then we will hook our conveyor up from here to here. Okay, so we've got our merger line here that's going to take care of all of our Christmas gifts off of all of the various trees. And then they're shooting in here. They're going to split. Some are going to go into making more of the ornaments, and some of them are going to get stored in here. And then, of course, as we get more ornaments, as we get more of these Christmas gifts, we'll add more trees, but then we'll be producing the gifts faster, so the trees will exponentially, we'll be able to produce more of them and have them all set up and everything. So, bit by bit, like it's a little slow to get started with, but eventually it does pick up, and we cruise right along. The other thing I did is I quickly slapped down this one little unit here because I needed to make some candy canes. Because under research now, as I should have everything I need to be able to get our snowmen done. So I'm going to start the research on that, and we've got snowmen now unlocked. So the next thing I need to do is I need to stockpile 200 of each of these ornaments. But to do that, I'm going to have to wait until I get some more trees set up. So let's do some more trees, and then we can go back to continuing this tree research. Okay, so we've made a little bit of progress here. We've got, if we leap over on this far side now, I've got like a spaghetti of crap happening here. I got 3 trees running away over on this side, and I think I've got 4 trees running on this side. And we've split up a little bit more of the automation happening here. So we are crafting over here. We're making bows over here. We're making actual snow. On this bad boy, we're making candy canes. And then if we shoot over to the other side, we have one of these storage units is just storing gifts for us. That's where our gift storage is going. This here is where our branches, our Christmas branches or tree branches are being stored. And then we've got our copper ornaments. We've got our copper ingots. Up here is our red ornaments. And then if we whip over to this side, we've got our iron ornaments. Up here is our blue ornaments. And then, of course, our iron ingots, which we've got tons of, which we can expand later on. Right now, it was more of a matter of getting everything that I can build, getting built right now. And then, of course, we've been expanding. I'm going to add one more tree over on this side just to kind of balance it out a little bit. And then I'm going to let this run for the night so we kind of stockpile some stuff. And then we'll be able to head over to the research, because basically what I'm trying to build up right now on the FICSMAS Holiday Event research is this bad boy here, getting 200 of each of these. I've got these. That's not a problem. Copper, we're still kind of lagging behind a little bit on. And, of course, we've got this one FICSMAS Ornament Bundle already. So, and then that unlocks this branch, which then gives us, what is that going to be left? We're going to have 1, 5, 6 more things to unlock for completing the FICSMAS event. So I think we've made a lot of progress here. So I'm going to let this run overnight, and then when we continue on with the next little blurb here, we'll have a bunch of excess materials. So bear with me while this runs and builds up some stock. Okay, so we let everything run last night for a bit to be able to try to stockpile some of the Christmas decorations and whatnot. And we do have a little bit of stuff that's stockpiled. We don't have a huge pile. Actually, we seem to do all right on the gifts, but we are still, of course, a little bit shy on some of the other items like the bows and candy canes. Snow's not too bad, and the Christmas ornaments and stuff are a little bit on the low side. But we're not running at 100% efficiency on this. It was more just getting things built. But we do have enough to continue our research. So let's go to the MAM. Let's go to the FICSMAS Holiday Event. And Giant FICSMAS Tree Upgrade. We are researching that, and boom. The analysis of the Giant FICSMAS Tree Upgrade 2 is complete. Please choose a new node in the tree to begin your analysis. So the next one is the star.
We're making a list. We're checking it twice. We're gonna find out who's been selling the spice. FICSMAS is coming to town.
Who's been selling the spice? So now we've got some more stuff that we've got to build. So the next one we've got here is we get 100 of the red, 100 of the blue, 50 of each of the copper and iron. So we actually have that stuff to be able to turn it in, and then we get the FICSMAS Ornament Bundles that we can start putting together, as well as we're going to get the skin for the FICSMAS Power Lights. So now, did this automatically? Yes, it did upgrade the tree. The tree's got some lights hanging off of it now, which is really cool. So let's gather up what we need to be able to turn in that next little bit. So it was 100 of, I think it was these ones. So if you right shift or hold right click, you can actually set what you want that split to. And we want a stack of 100, so we're going to grab that 100 right there. And then we head over to the blue ornaments, which are up at this one. Press and hold the right mouse button, and then you've got the slider here that we can adjust it until we get to 100. Click accept, and then drag and drop those. And then it's 50 of each of the other ones, so should be the bottom one here. So press and hold. I want 50 of those split, and then 50 of the copper ones as well, which should be right here. So we'll just hold that one, split until we get 50. Accept. Done. Now we could do another little bit of research, and that's going to free up, that's going to get us the lights upgrade, So FICSMAS holiday event. Start researching. I'm glad these ones only take like 3 seconds to research. They're not like the 2 and 5 minute marks. So done. We've upgraded the lights. Now I think that's actually a skin change for these. So if we press and hold, or no, we go to the Q button and then go to, I think it's the customizer. Skins. No, it's not in skins. Well, I'm going to have to look and see what we got to do to be able to upgrade those lights. Unless it's under the FICSMAS section. Yes, there they are. New wire. Oh, we need those multicolored balls to be able to pull that off. So that's not going to happen. Not yet. Not until we get those built. So what do we got to do to be able to get those built? Let's have a look at that. Okay, so we now I've thrown down an assembler here, and I have the assembler to be able to make the FICSMAS Ornament Bundles, and that is simply just a copper ornament and a iron ornament. It makes 5 per minute, and so the 2 of those combine to be able to make a double pack there. So that's, you know, we're cooking right along there. So now, what is our next milestone or research item that we need to do here? So we need the star. We need to be able to make the wreaths. But to do the wreaths, we have to do snow, which we've already got made, the bundled ornaments, which are getting manufactured right now, and tree branches. So then we will get the snow dispensers and the FICSMAS decorations. So let us run over and get that stuff. All right, I've gathered up everything that we need. Let's head into our MAB research again. FICSMAS holiday event. We're going over to It's Snowing, and we are selecting research. We now can make the snow machine as well as the Christmas decorations. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do to be able to get these Christmas decorations happening. And what's the other thing that it needed? It was just the ornament bundles, wasn't it? Ornament bundles are getting manufactured, not a problem. So it is just the FICSMAS decorations we got to figure out. And then, of course, in our little chest of goodies here, we do have the star from our whatever days of Christmas we're at right now. And I'm going to just throw down another, I'm going to assume it's probably an assembler we need for these as well. So we're doing a throwdown on this. And yes, it is. It's going to be that there. So I'm going to pull a line from here straight into this machine. That's going to get the ornament bundles in there. And then the next thing we needed was FICSMAS tree branches. Hey, let's actually maybe do this the right way. And let's go like this over to here. Because my FICSMAS tree branches are actually like right here. I'm going to click on this one. I'm not even really worried about like neat and tidiness here. I'm just trying to get to the end game and trying to get everything manufactured we need for this Christmas stuff. And then we can worry about scaling it up in the future. I just want to make sure that I have it all done. I'm going to be gone for the weekend, so I want to make sure I've got everything in place for it. So let us just drop down a power pole here. It's not pretty, but it'll do the trick. That connects to this. Okay, we are now manufacturing ornaments. Once we get the tree... Oh, I selected the wrong thing. My bad. That's this one I got to pull from. You got to come from here over to here. Now we've got branches coming. Yes, there's our Christmas branches. I was trying to shove presents in there and it wasn't working. We actually don't have enough of the balls yet either, so one of them should be coming along. Actually, I do have some, I think, in my inventory. Hello, keep clicking on the power pole. I do. Let's throw those in. And now it is loading in the branches, and they're coming along at a fast enough pace. I mean, we could have sped that up and just thrown in, like, Mark III conveyors, but really, this thing's going to consume so little of these. The problem is, I'm pretty sure I need 400 of these. So we might have to ramp up our manufacturing of those. I think we'll get another... I do need 400 of them. So I'm actually going to throw a splitter down here. And we're going to split these. And I'm going to throw another one of these manufacturers, or these assemblers, right here. And we're going to just do a couple of little changes on this. And we will throw a splitter. I'm not sure if this will like automatically connect it. I might have to replace the actual splitters or the conveyors for it so that it actually connects. Oh, it did look like it advanced fed in, so. Okay, you were going that way. You can go this way. Hey, look at that. We didn't have to do anything. That one. This one didn't connect. This one didn't like us, so we'll just rerun this conveyor line. We will go from here to hither. And now that will split evenly between those two machines. I'm going to grab a power line from here. We're going to connect this one back up. And we're going to get this set to making FICSMAS ornaments as well. So the FICSMAS Ornament Bundles are coming through, and this should be starting the manufacture for us. So now we have a line that's just doing the FICSMAS Ornament Bundles. Of course, it's still crazy slow. It's going to take a while to get to the 400 mark. But we've got it manufacturing. These ones are getting consumed to make the FICSMAS Decorations. This one's making the FICSMAS Ornament Bundles. And then as soon as we got those unlocked, we can move on to the next phase. Alright, it took some time, but I needed to gather up all of... Actually, what took the longest was getting the FICSMAS decoration. That took quite a while to get those done. But FICSMAS Holiday Event, we have the gold star. We've got 200 and 400 start research. Bam, that's complete.
We see you when you're sleeping, we know when you're awake. We know if you've been productive or not, so be efficient for goodness sake.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure that Ada's Christmas song is that encouraging. Okie doke, what do we need to do now? This is getting FICSMAS 3s and FICSMAS Wonder Stars. I need 100 of the wreaths. Of the decorations. I need 200 of the ornament packs, and I need 500 of the bows. Well, the bows I've got done, ornament packs, and the Christmas or the FICSMAS decorations we still have to wait for on that one. And then what's over on this side is snow, candy canes, and you know what? We can do that. The snow, candy cane, and bows. We have all of that stuff. I just got to remember what side it's on. I think it's all over here. Candy cane, snow. I'm going to dump the 6 back that I didn't need, and bows. That should be all of those little bits. So that's another piece of research done. FICSMAS Holiday Event. Click. Start research. Bam! That one's done. We now have snowballs. So now it's just a matter of waiting for these to finish producing, and then we get to the point where we got to start manufacturing stars. But we can't make the Wonder Stars until we get this little bit done. So we got to get that unlocked so that we can make the 500 Wonder Stars. That's insane that we need that much for it. Okay, well, we'll be back in a bit when that's all ready to go. Okay, I went and gathered up everything we need now for this last little bit of research. So we're going FICSMAS Holiday, or not the last little bit of research, but the last bit before we get to the big stars. And we can start researching that bad boy. Now we need to see, okay, what do we got to do to actually manufacture these stars that we need to make 500 of them for? So is it done just from an assembler? Is it a refinery? Is it what? I'm not sure. So we'll start with the assembler, see what that, we'll throw one of those down, just have a look at it and see. And there it is. There's the star. What does it take to make the star? It takes FICSMAS decorations times 5 and candy canes times 20 to be able to do that. Well, how many FICSMAS decorations are we getting out of this? We're getting 2 per minute out of here. Well, I wonder if we can convert this into another batch. I'm going to have to do some redesign here to make everything all work out so that we can try to get as many of the stars happening as we can here. So bear with me while we clean this up a little bit and try to make this more functional. All right, let's do an explanation of this absolute ugly mess of crap that I've got here. So basically, we are coming down here with copper balls, we're coming down here with iron balls, and we're splitting them into two different assemblers. So we get half going into here and half going into this one. These are both set to make the ornament bundles. And then they are coming over here and merging, and then we're going into this splitter, and we're making a load balancer here where we're taking 2 feeds of the splitter into this one merger that gets us just over 6 per minute going into that assembler. We need 6 for that one. And then any of the excess is going into that storage container. So we have a few Christmas balls or the ornament packs as storage. And then in here, we are getting our Christmas tree branches in here, our FICSMAS tree branches, as well as our FICSMAS tree ornament bundles. And those are making the FICSMAS tree ornaments. And then from the ornaments, we're loading in over here. Our FICSMAS tree decorations are getting loaded into here. As well as we have a candy cane feed that's coming all the way like this rat's nest spaghetti noodle that's coming out of the storage over here of our candy canes is running up along here all the way across this and in. It doesn't look pretty, but it's doing what it needs to do, because now I'm going to throw down here a little storage container just like so. I'm going to flip it around this way. I don't have room for it here, do I? Or do I? Oh, maybe I do. Let's just put that right there, and then we're going to come out of this. We're going to back this up some. It's got to be backed up. So let's put this storage container like as far back as we can get it. Oh, you know what? I got that facing the wrong way. Let's spin that around so that we have the input on the right side. There we go. And then we're coming out of here into there, and we just clipped the edge of that pole, which is totally fine. So now, when this actually makes a star, once we get enough of the FICSMAS decorations into it, this makes 1 star per minute. I need 500 stars. It's going to take 500 minutes to do that. So this is basically going to mark the end of this episode. I want to see 1 star come out of this. We need to see 1 come floating under here. Like, what a rat's nest this is. So basically, if I was to take everything that we built here and multiply it by like 10, we'd get 10 stars per minute. And it would still take us like 50 minutes to make all the stars that we need for this. So I'm not going to go through that amount of effort, because you know what? I got plenty of other things that I could be spending that effort on. But the big thing is I wanted to get to a point where I could actually say I'm manufacturing stars. And we are actively manufacturing the Wonder Star right now. It's, at the time that I'm recording this is December 12th, or December 16th, sorry. This is continuing on till mid-January. We will have more than enough to finish our research tree. In fact, I will leave this running tonight, and by tomorrow I should have enough of these. But I'm going to be going away tomorrow, so I'll just leave it running for the weekend, and we should come back to a full container full of Wonder Stars. So that's where we've got to. And there's our first Wonder Star. Actually, doesn't the graphic on that look amazing? Nice shiny metal on it. It looks just absolutely fantastic. So that is that. We have our first Wonder Star completed. And then once we have 500 of those, we can throw it into the MAM under the holiday event, and bam, we have finished the holiday journey. There's still a few more things on the advent calendar that I need to open up, and so there's still some minor things, but this is basically bare minimum what you need to be able to finish everything for this holiday event. You know what? I'm going to climb up over on this one here so you can get a better look around of what all is here. So we've got copper, we've got iron coming into smelters that's getting turned into ingots and then getting manufactured into different ornaments. We have Christmas presents getting produced on both sides. We've got red balls, blue ornaments, copper ornaments, iron ornaments, all combining to make ornament bundles that are then combining to make FICSMAS Decorations that are then combining to make the Wonder Star bare minimum snapshot. Boom, right here. That's what you need. 8 Christmas trees that are making presents. And all of these smelters and constructors and refineries and then assemblers to get to the end game. So that's that. Merry FICSMAS, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little quick slap together of a FICSMAS factory here. I've kind of tucked it in over by where our steel iron nodes are, where we're pulling the iron that's running it back to our steel factory. So it's kind of out of the way of the main plant, but it's here. We put our moved our Christmas tree or our FICSMAS tree here. So with that said, guys, reach down, hit the like button on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, ring that notification bell so you can be notified when a new upload comes out. Follow me at TerrisDWDC on Instagram and Twitter, and visit the website, TerrisDWDC.com. You guys have a good one, and we will catch you in the next episode. Bye!